red hat for fall and winter. She is also modeling a light, airy spring collection. And of course, last but not least, the sunny, summery flower hat for summer. When life sends lemons your way, make lemonade. Join the red hats and laugh away your worries. Beth's fashion is an original from the early 80s. A lovely dark green two-piece suit, perfect for her auburn hair. Her hat is a fun addition, a great way to add a stunning and sophisticated look for fall and winter. Grace has chosen this outfit is because she has East Indian in her heritage. And because she has always adored the East Indian fashion, the colors and embroidery, and the elegance. Is a laurel from the Quinnell Ward. This afternoon she is modeling a flowery summer floral dress. Take note of the black cardigan worn over the dress to create a modest ensemble. She has picked a beautiful purple formal gown to model for us. It is embellished with a jacket to create a modest, stunning look. Janie M. Quinnell Ward is a my maid. She is wearing a pillowcase prom dress. She made it with her mom. The top of the dress was made of pillowcases and Christmas ribbon they had collected over the years. The skirt is made of satin and tulle, topped with silver sparkles. This dress is the first sewing project Janie and her mom have ever done together and completed. It took them 5 days to complete. Sabrina is modeling a brown wool hooded coat trimmed in fur. Sabrina's grandmother purchased the coat in 1970 from the Eaton's catalog in Toronto. Elise is modeling a modest outfit that she put together to wear to her favorite musical, Les Mis. Sister Sherry Dew, did you unplug me?
I didn't touch it.
Sister Sherry Dew, I'm not hearing me. Should I turn it off, then on maybe? Nope. No light.
The back of batteries.
Sister Sherry Dew said, "Modesty and femininity are hallmarks of righteous women. We, as the Blue Mountain Young Women, wanted to do our part of the fashion show, showing how feminine LDS young women and their mothers dressed in the past, and how many it may be more difficult in our modern time, but that femininity is still our goal. LDS young women have been shining through the decades." Despite the hardships of World War II, the 40s were still a time of fashion. Women in the 40s remade, rewore, and retailored outfits. In order to save on fabric, dresses became more tailored and slim-fitting. This dress, worn by Britley, is both a thrift store redo and a good example of femininity. Clothes and ribbons and accessories all add a modern and feminine touch of the 1940s. Skirts in the 1950s were either narrow or very full. Mackenzie is modeling a very full version of the poodle skirt, which was popular among teen girls. The tucked waist emphasizes a girl's hourglass figure. Young women adopted the fun skirts and sweaters, often adding a scarf. Mackenzie's skirt was made by her young women's leader. Teens in the 60s wore wool clothing such as sweaters, skirts, and plaid designs. The miniskirt was very fashionable, but the choices for young women to dress modestly were still plenty. LDS girls began to stand out in their modest choices. Taylor is wearing a modern dress with a 60s flair. During this period of the 70s, girls started to wear trousers, and trends bent towards girls dressing like boys. The miniskirt trend continued from the 1960s. It was even more difficult to dress in a feminine and modest way. Michelle shows off her retro borrowed dress as her interpretation of modesty in the 70s. As far as fashion goes, no other decade is quite as notorious as the 1980s. Like totally everything you can think of, and all the electric neon colors. Huge earrings, leg warmers, and stirrup pants began to be popular. LDS young women stood strong and made choices to be modest. Gracie is modeling a fun, bright skirt with a pair of lovely leather pants underneath. She has the big 80s hair, fingerless gloves, and beads. Totally awesome outfit, Gracie. several decades, and you will notice styles have come a long way from the modest, feminine look of the 40s. In 2013, young women attended school wearing their pajama pants. Young men chose to wear their pants skater style, exhibiting an I don't care idea. Immodesty is everywhere, and LDS young women are asked, why do you dress like that? Tyla graduated from high school just months ago, and because there weren't modest options here, Tyla had her dress made. Tyla is wearing the femininity of the 40s and 50s, the unique personal style of the 60s and 70s, the vibrant color of the 80s, and the modesty of a 2013 young woman, showing that we do care how we dress and continuing on with the shining through the decades. Cheyenne Schultz of Williams Lake is wearing an African print Spanish dancer's skirt given to her by Sister Stromston. Ladies, you all look gorgeous.